Alright, so this is a tutorial for creating a bunch of camera angles in a loop. Now, I've searched all over YouTube and I couldn't find a tutorial on this, but I'm going to use a camera. And if you're ever wondering how they cross the finish line and then it activates like one camera and then it goes to a next camera and then it goes to a next camera and so on, almost like different types of camera angles. So basically what you do is, my friend Killer the Man also wanted me to make a guide like this because you couldn't find this on the internet, and I just wanted to be self-explanatory and so it's easy to do. Trials is about navigating through a bunch of menus and figuring out what each option does. Because if you don't know what the options do, like FOV and field of range, field of view, and also different camera interpolation settings that you have here and other settings, it's actually very useful for maximizing your track performance and creating really badass tracks so people will like. So what I do is I put the range down to 0, then I make different camera. Let's say if I wanted to make a picture of that hill, I also go back and do cut and interpolate. Then I do another camera like this, make it so it looks at the sun, let's just say, and the buildings, the two twin towers right there. And let's say we make another one, look at this forest over there, and this is an example video. I obviously made nothing here. So basically what I'm gonna do, as I cross the finish line with my rider, I'm going to activate some sort of camera angle. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to create a trigger, and since I don't want people to cheat, I'm going to, well, I'm obviously going to do this first, but and then I'm going to press the right trigger to lock it into place on the track here as soon as the finish line hits. I can also say triggered by only the bike, so people can't bail out into the finish line. Always remember that. And once you have that there, then you want to go to a camera event. You need one camera event for now. Select which camera you want to see. I'm going to select the back camera as a blue arrow, the connection point. And then I'm going to say this trigger point right here as an on hit. Now I'm going to select 2 more cameras. I'm going to say the last camera is going to go right here. Select that. And then I'm going to select this camera. Now since I got all in place, I need something to tie the chains together. So what I'm going to use a filter called a delayed impulse filter. Impulse delay filter, and basically what the impulse delay filter does, it acts as like a countdown timer per tick. Each tick is a couple of milliseconds, right, or 60 ticks. 60 ticks is 1 second, everything else is milliseconds, alright? So basically what I want to do is I want to tie this to a chain, so you see how this chain is going now? I'm going to select event filter target. So the reason why I'm doing this is because it's going to go to this camera, right? And then after a set amount of time it's going to go to this camera, and then after a set amount of time it's going to go to this camera, and after a set amount of time, and it's going to keep going as a loop, right, to all the cameras. So now there's 3 cameras. I need 1 more delayed impulse though to make the infinite loop of cameras. So it's going to go back to here, and that's why that is a loop. So you can adjust the time. So you have to multi-select, make it easier holding the left LB button, and you could multi-select. And when you multi-select, everything is multi-selected. Now on all the multi-select targets, you can select I want 3 seconds. So I'm going to readjust here. I'm feeling really badly. Alright, so if you have 3 seconds, now you mostly selected all of them. Now if you go and recheck, all of them will be at 3 seconds, 180 ticks. Now, as the transition begins, it will go from one camera to another camera to another camera, and keep going and do an infinite loop of the 3 different cameras to get that final look. Now, all we have to do is test out the stage to see if this thing works, right? Now that's how to analyze and configure a bunch of camera angles in a loop. So if you make a cool ass track, but you want people to see the track, you can make like a little montage of different camera angles down the line, and then you could show how the track was actually made. So it's almost kind of like an overview of the current map you made. So if you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe. I'm the Master 9000, and see you on my next Trials tutorial and any other videos that I made. So have fun making tracks. Alright.